Hello everybody, my name is RetroBoy03 and welcome to my analysis of the newly revealed LEGO Ant-Man and the Wasp, set number 76109, Quantum Realm Explorers. And, well, let's just get into this set. Starting off, here's what I'm guessing the picture on the front of the box will be, and this set looks pretty weird. You can see we have this weird sort of vehicle build that has like a glass ball on the front, but then and it's a very steampunkish design, and then, well, let's just start with the minifigures. So we get 3 figures in this set, and wow, are they kind of disappointing. First off, we have Ant-Man, who, at the very least, does have a nice new printed face. I mean, we can only really see the mouth and the eyes, but it looks nice. It definitely looks better than Ezra Bridger. The torso and legs are also a nice improvement. I mean, the helmet is still inaccurate, but I wasn't really expecting LEGO to fix the helmet, so yeah, Ant-Man's pretty good, and seeing as how the original wasn't too common, I think this is pretty cool. The next figure, though, oh boy, we have Wasp, and I want to know, what was LEGO thinking with this figure? Like, I understand that LEGO can't do new molds for every character, but her name is in the title of the movie. LEGO made new molds for characters from Infinity War, like Proxima Midnight. I mean, like, when she could have easily had Legolas hair, and that's just one example. Like, LEGO's resource allocation is terrible with these Marvel sets this year. Like, we get 2 new molds. No, 3 new molds in that $30 Black Panther set. But then we can't get any new molds for Thanos, the main villain of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And we can't get them for Wasp, who's in the title of the movie, because, as you can see here, LEGO didn't make a new mold for Wasp's helmet, obviously. I've been talking about that for like a minute. I expected them to just recolor Ant-Man's helmet. It would have been inaccurate, but that's what I expected from LEGO. That would have been a lot better than what they did here, because they took the Invincible Iron Man helmet from 2017 that's already been used on way too many characters and fit on, like it was used on Invincible Iron Man. Okay, then it was used on the Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. It worked fine, and then it was used on Rinsler from the Tron Legacy set. And in all of those, and in those two, like, it wasn't too great, but it worked fine. But then we have Wasp, whose helmet looks nothing like Iron Man's helmet. So I don't know what's going on here. Like, not to mention how much it clashes. Like with Ant-Man, you can see his eyes through the glass. With Wasp, it's just you can't see the eyes. Like, would have been that hard, LEGO, for instead of printing on those awful looking shines, just do like you do with the Rebel pilots in Star Wars, and just print on the eyes tinted under the glass. Like, would that have been so hard? But yeah. And then Wasp has butterfly wings, because that's accurate. And then she has a torso print that's okay, even though in the movie her suit looks like it's going to be black and not blue. And then she doesn't have printed legs, because why would you give one of the title characters printed legs? The last figure we have is Ghost, and honestly, Ghost isn't too bad. I mean, Ghost isn't too good either. Ghost just kind of mediocre. You get a gray hood, which is nice, since those aren't too common. You get a weird-looking face, which is fine. You get a weird-looking torso, which is fine. You get no leg printing, which is fine. I have no idea who this character is. I'm guessing they're the villain of the new movie, but I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, those are the minifigs. Here's, well, the photo you saw at the beginning of this video, the box photo, just now without the graphics, so you can just see the builds, and... Okay, first thing, I'll just start with this. We have this little red canister, don't know what it is. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Kinda wish they'd done, like, a print instead of getting this weird build. I kinda wish they'd done a print for them. What are they called? The grow shrink discs from Ant-Man and Civil War. Kind of wish we gotten one of those, but instead we get this container. But I mean, at least it has that chrome silver print on the top of the flat silver round 1x1. So that's fine, but then we have the vehicle, and I legitimately want to know, what is this thing? Like, I'm interested. I'm not even, like, this isn't even, like, sarcastic. Like, it looks really bad, but, like, I want to know, because this is one of those things where it looks so bad that I would be very surprised if it wasn't in the movie. Because there's no way that LEGO would just come up with a design that looks this terrible. But then again, I don't know, because, like, we also thought that back in 2015 with the little Age of Ultron set with the little crappy-looking jet made out of a few, like, sub-Ultron soldiers. We all thought that had to be in the movie because it was too insane to be made up, but it was made up. So I don't know. But yeah, first thing I gotta talk about with this build is the cockpit, because when I first saw this set, I legitimately thought that was a Jurassic World gyrosphere just shoved onto the front of the vehicle, but instead, LEGO gave us, like, the dome cockpit that they used on, they used it on the front of the rescue pod in the Thor's Weapon Quest set for Infinity War, and then on each side we have a printed TIE Fighter window. And, like, I guess that looks fine. Like, it's obviously not an enclosed ball if you look at it, but, like, it fooled me for a second at the beginning, and, like, if you're not looking too close, it could fool you, so it's fine, I guess. Then you have these dinky little robot arms on the front. Like, what are those? Like, there you have little clips, and that would be fine, except the thing it's trying to grab, the little canister, doesn't connect to clips. I mean, would it have been that hard to just give, like, actual little, like, fingers, like LEGO would do on any sort of mech? Or maybe even have, like, one hand with a clip and one hand with just a stud. Like, that would have worked? Like, I don't know. This just doesn't look good. And then we have stud shooters firing just normal clear studs, which I can't think of a single set that's been in before. Kind of interesting. Such a mundane and obvious color, but I think this is the first time we've seen those being used as stud shooter ammunition, so that's cool, I guess. But yeah, behind that, the build actually looks kind of interesting. Like, I feel as though if the cockpit hadn't seemed totally out of place and we hadn't had those awful robot arms, like, the back of this vehicle, and also cutting off the bottom. Like, cut off the bottom with those weird, like, helicopter skids, and cut off the cockpit, but, like, that little section in there with, like, the gold roller skates and the engines, and that little pod section off to the side with the 3 exhaust tubes, that looks legitimately nice. I kind of like that design, it's just that the rest of this build doesn't want it to look good. But yeah, as you can see, you have gold roller skates used on the top for some greebling, which I think looks really out of place and awkward. You can see on that little side section with all the exhaust, you have a couple of silver roller skates, which I think looks pretty good. You have, I want to say, like, I think those barrels are just in gray for the back exhaust, but they almost look like they could be in gunmetal gray, which would be a pretty cool part. And then you also have a couple of stickers, as you can see, just for some wiring, and I like those stickers. They're pretty simple, but I don't know, I like them. They look nice. But yeah, and then here we have this picture for, so you can sort of see how the cockpit opens, as well as how the other exhaust pod is the same. Sorry about that. But, you have a couple levers in the cockpit, and here you can see, the alternate face of Ghost. It's definitely an alternate face for Ghost. But yeah. So overall, would I recommend the Ant-Man Quantum Realm Explorers set, which I forgot to mention at the beginning is going to be $20 for exactly 200 pieces? Unfortunately, I can't recommend this set, because while that is a pretty good price-to-part ratio, exactly 10 cents per piece, this set just doesn't feel good to me. I mean, like, you have Ant-Man, who's pretty cool, but something tells me he'll be appearing in Avengers 4, or in 2019. Then there's Wasp, who, okay, I've already said enough. And then we have Ghost, who's just kind of inoffensive either way. Then we have the build, which some parts look good, some parts look really bad. I mean, you could use this for the parts, like this would be a great set to, like, part out for some steampunk builds, but overall, I can't really recommend this set. I'm not going to be getting it, but yeah, that's really all I have to say in this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.